Starting out, it was pretty easy to calculate my net worth because it was, zero. Luckily, I wasn't saddled with loads of student debt like so many other people, so that was a huge blessing. Now, calculating your net worth is a good way to get a bird's eye view of your overall financial position, and it can help you see where you need to improve and how you compare with your peers. Now, as this channel aims to share tips on how to kick financial ass and level up, it seems only fitting that I should share these net worth benchmarks with you. First, I want to invite you to join me on this journey. I upload new videos every week, so to stay connected, all you gotta do is hit the like button and the subscribe button. And yeah, apparently it helps for the YouTube algorithm as well. Okay, let's get stuck in. Averages suck, and Bezos, Gates, Zuckerberg, and Musk, they're to blame because they've earned so much money that they completely skew these average net worth calculations. So instead of averages, we are going to look at median net worth. Now what that means is that the median amount is basically the halfway point. That means half the people earn more than this amount and half the people earn less than that amount. It gives us a much better picture of net worth. So how do we calculate net worth? It's actually really easy. We take all our assets and we minus all our liabilities. So in terms of assets, you've got your home, you've got retirement and stocks, you've got your car, you've got your number of YouTube subscribers. Now, in terms of liabilities, you've got your mortgage, your car loan, any credit cards you have, student loan that you might still have to pay off, as well as any trolls in the comment section. Now, once you've added all that up, you take your assets, you subtract your liabilities to get your net worth. So we're going to be looking at different decades in one's life. So we're going to look at your 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, and 60s. Now, you can also get a negative net worth, and that just means that your liabilities exceed your assets. And that's very possible, especially for people younger in life, in their early 20s, because they might have big student loans that they have to pay off. So don't be alarmed. It's okay if you have a negative net worth when doing these calculations. Okay, so in your 20s, the median net worth is $6,500. Now, if you compare that to the average net worth, which is well over $56,000. Now, when I was in my 20s, I would have been buzzing with a net worth of $56,000. So it is better to look at the medians. As you can see, the data is pretty skewed by the high earners. Now, like I said, it is okay to have negative net worth at this stage in your life because you've got student debts to pay off and all that kind of stuff. So in your 20s, if you have debt that is charging you more than 4 or 5% interest, it is a good idea to try and pay that off as quickly as possible. Now, after that, anything additional you can save is good. You know, the more you save, the longer you have to benefit from compound interest. You can even start becoming a millionaire from your 20s just by saving in the stock market or by compounding that amount that you're saving every year, because compound interest is the bomb. Now, it's a good idea to put 10% of your earnings into either an emergency fund or start saving for a down payment for a house or starting to invest it. Because if you start investing in your 20s, you're going to have many more years of fun compounding interest to take advantage of. So I wish I started investing in my 20s. I'm in my 30s now. My money would be worth so much more had I started 10 years ago. And as they say, the best time to start investing was decades ago. The second best time is now. In your 30s, the median net worth is $32,600 and the average net worth is over $174,000. Now, your 30s might vary dramatically. Some of you might be single and still paying off student loans, or growing your business, or climbing the corporate ladder. Others might already have families and have kids. So you might have a house with a big mortgage payment. So things vary quite dramatically, and that's the same for all these different age decades. It's hard to generalize for any one person. But in your 30s, it's probably a good idea to have an emergency fund, maybe 6 months of savings set aside in case something goes awry. And again, you can keep the power of compounding going by investing what you don't need to spend. So you don't need to live frugally, you can still enjoy your life, but budgeting and being aware of your finances are always a great idea. But if you're watching a video like this about net worth, you probably have that in mind already. Now, getting into your 40s, the median net worth is over $93,000, with the average net worth being over $457,000. So your 40s are generally a really good time to start maximizing your savings and investments. Now, obviously do so according to your risk profile, and make sure to diversify your investments across stocks, bonds, real estate. Again, speaking to your financial advisors as to what fits your risk profile best. Now, my goal in my 40s will be to keep growing my nest egg for retirement, but also to enjoy my existing life. I don't want to be living paycheck to paycheck, and that's why I'm focusing now in my 30s on building up multiple income streams, so as I age, I'll have revenue streams coming in from different angles that will allow me to live a comfortable life without feeling the pressure to work for someone in a 9-to-5 job. Now, in your 50s, the median net worth is over $152,000. An average net worth is creeping close to $1 million, just shy at $998,000. This is also a really good decade to double down on your savings and get everything in order for retirement, or at least plan for retirement as best as you can. All right, in your 60s, we have cracked the average net worth of $1 million now, but quite disturbingly, the median is still only $221,000. Now, is that enough to retire on with Social Security? Probably not, because Social Security is only meant to replace about 40% of your income. So if you're at this point and you only have a median net worth or less of $221,000, you will probably have to continue working, but you can find fun work, part-time work that isn't too taxing, that helps buffer your Social Security payments without you being tied down to a 9-to-5 slaving to the bone. But that's why if you're watching this video and you're younger than 60, it's definitely a good idea to start diversifying your income streams, saving and investing, maybe even having a side hustle or a side business, so that when you get to this point, you can make the decisions and you're not letting your finances decide things for you. Okay, so that was a brief overview of the average and median net worths throughout the decades in one's life. But does net worth really matter? Yeah, it does. It kind of matters because it's a good way to have a bird's eye view of your finances. And it is more important in terms of the debt ratio, because lenders are less likely to give you credit if you have lots of debt. So it is important to see what your worth is, because that's a crude analysis for finding out how much you're worth and how much debt you have. Obviously, if your liabilities are very high in comparison to your assets, you're gonna be a riskier bet in terms of lending too. So it is a good idea to every year look at how your net worth is doing, keeps you on track with goals, and it also helps you figure out how your peers are doing. So is it a good idea to look at the averages rather than the median? Well, yeah, if you're super aspirational, you want to get to what the really big earners are earning, that's totally cool. But what makes more sense is to do it in a sustainable way so you don't burn yourself out. It's a good idea to figure out what your goals are, to have something to look forward to, just like in video games. You want to beat the level, you want to get to the next boss, you want to level up, you want to finish the game. And that's the thing, it's never gonna stop. So once you attain one level, you are gonna be straight away pursuing the next level. So as long as you enjoy the process, that is what I'm all about. Make sure you're having a good time doing it. And yeah, that's all I can say for this video. So I hope you enjoyed it. If you got anything useful, please hit the like button and consider subscribing to be part of this journey with me. I'm gonna post new videos every week. And yeah, I can't wait to see you in the next